Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Real Talking Podcast with your hosts, Ash and JD. Right, now since we didn't do it until right at the end of the last episode, I do just want to give a shout out to Tanya's Tales Dog Grooming. She designed the new logo that we've got, but not only is she talented with the artistic side of things, she obviously is a dog groomer. You can go onto her Instagram, which is Tanya's_Tales_dog grooming. Also the website, which is the same, Tanya's Tales Dog Grooming.co.uk. Give her a look, and if she's close enough to you, obviously we'll get a good price. I think she's giving a 50% discount if she makes. Nah, but to be fair, if you do want her services, just tell her that where you've come from. She might give you a discount. I don't know. I don't get one anyway. But now, so that new shiny logo that you're seeing is from her. So send her some love, follow her on Instagram and all that. You know what to do. I mean, you should be doing it for us by now as well, but not all of you are. But we'll save that for another debate. So we've had another bit of a strange week, then, really, haven't we?
It's all happening, mate. All happening.
Yeah, So a couple of weeks ago, there was the alien sightings in Peru, these glowing figures.
Yes.
And now we've had these little mummies that have been x-rayed in Mexico, but the bodies were found in Peru.
Yeah, in a mine in Peru, an algae mine or something like that?
Yeah. Which they've been carbon dated to around 1,000 to 1,500 years old, I think.
Because I couldn't find out when they got discovered.
So they've been sitting on them, not literally, but they found them, I think it was 2016 or 2017. Right. So they've had them for a good 5 years or so.
And what did you think when you saw them, mate? What was the first thing when you seen them? What did you...
Well, the initial imagery, I will put the picture on for anyone that is watching on YouTube if you haven't seen it already. So it initially looked like a man standing there with two mummified cats in a coffin. That was just first glance. And so then as you sort of look into it and see the closer up pictures, they're bigger than a cat. They're strange looking. They've got little noses. I think they've got 3 fingers.
3 fingers, yeah.
Yeah, they were quite a skinny, just pure, well, not to sound nasty, but an anorexic looking thing. Whether that's just because of the mummification process.
And I'm sure the Mexican government claimed that there was eggs inside, that when they x-rayed them you could see eggs. That's
the strange thing though, because with the x-ray pictures, there's implants of some sort which looks like a shoulder support, almost like a T-bone shape, metal shoulder support. And then the eggs are the same light consistency.
Right.
So with x-rays, most things are like invisible essentially, it's translucent. So the bones, the denser the object, the more light it shows. So the bones are like translucent as well, essentially on an x-ray. And then with the metal, that's why it's shiny, it's a solid image on the x-ray. Now eggs, if you was to x-ray an actual egg, you'd see through most of that as well. It would only be the slight bit of the bones of what's grown inside of you. But the shell itself would barely be visible. Yeah. So for it to be as solid of a light as the metal implants that are inside of the body, I felt that quite strange, really.
Yeah. When I first seen them, I was just like, oh, the fucking fake. And so, while I was doing just a little bit of information, I found out that apparently these got debunked in 2021. And not only that, the ufologist that presented that has been found he's lied before in the past.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I thought was strange was, isn't it weird how you conceive an alien to look like? That's how they look like, so small, big head, 3 fingers. So it's mad how how you conceive an alien. Oh, that's how he looks like. So I thought that was a bit strange. But I just thought, as soon as I seen him, I was just like, who the fuck's gonna believe this?
I know it's going on to how you say, like, as soon as you hear the word alien or ET, it's you have an instant picture in your mind. But is that down to because they've been visiting for all these years that it's like instinctual, that it's an inbred memory in your mind?
Well, it's how Hollywood perceived it. Yeah. So you see that, and I find that quite strange. It's how Hollywood perceived it as one person. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I did think it was quite similar looking as well, though, to the actual old film E.T. So
yeah.
I know I'll put a picture up of E.T. I know he had like a little bit of a chubby belly, but if he was to be mummified and then you just seen the skeleton essentially, that would look quite similar.
Because that elongated skull.
Yeah, and it was quite a flat face with a small nose like what them aliens had, and the long fingers. So when he's touching out, like fucking heals the cut on the finger, whatever it is. It's been a long time since I've seen it, to be honest. I was never really a fan as a kid of that film, really.
No.
I feel like it was one of those films that was quite overhyped. Was it Drew Barrymore as well?
Drew Barrymore,
Yeah. I mean, again, just I don't want to pick apart a film, but just in the fucking basket of the side, like the bike, and he's just like flying through the air.
Iconic, mate.
God, bullshit, man.
Well, we will say this: the alien scene's been hot this year. It's been lively, mate.
Yeah, it's boosting up. It's like what we were saying in the week.
What it's like, everything's. I suppose everything's a conspiracy nowadays, and that's one of the things with this. It's going to say a conspiracy until the two subjects get tested by world scientists, and then they can either debunk it scientifically or whatever. But if not, it's going to stay as a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Well, I know NASA was having a press conference the other day as well. Yeah. They were meant to have been saying what evidence that they've got of alien life forms, and I didn't see much come out of that either, really.
So they got asked the question, and one of the people that work on NASA says until these subjects get tested, it's going to stay as like what it is, basically conspiracy theory. They need to. Also, a fun fact, going off topic as always.
Yeah.
When it reminded me, because when I thought, why don't... So, Russia's got Hitler's skull. They've never let no one else test that, which I've always thought was weird.
Yeah.
Because obviously it might not have been another conspiracy theory. But, I always thought that was weird. How, like, you've got this subject, you've presented it, we've got this person, we've got these aliens. Why wouldn't you want to send them out just to get validation and be like, really?
Well, I feel with the likes of Russia, individual states and countries are going to try and hold that as much as they can for the scientific benefit. So if it is, when it's just a body of sorts, it's going to be down to like dissecting, getting the biological things, like how does this body work. The main thing would be the technology side. So if that did have a craft, a ship of some sorts that's crashed, they're going to try and again dissect all of that technology, which again, when you start looking through and you see the conspiracy theories, we've had them for years, and there's a load that are about to drop at some point soon.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, when if you said, when does a conspiracy theory stop being a conspiracy theory? Because everything's a conspiracy theory until it gets proven. So I don't feel why these people wouldn't just go, here we go, just fucking test one over.
Yeah.
NASA. Wait, NASA, you come here and don't send it. You come here and test it.
Yeah.
In regards to that.
But it's like if you're trying to set a world record, you can't just like lift 600 kilos in your home gym and say, I'll set the record.
Smashed it.
You need officials there.
Yeah.
So they should do, but I don't know. They're just fucking. It's too fucking like me when it comes to all these countries. It's just like they just want the glory for themselves. They never want to share it out, share the wealth. share the technologies or anything to do that. But they'll be sharing the fucking nukes soon enough, though, won't they? It's still on edge with Putin fucking wanting to drop some bombs. And then I know North Korea, old Kim, they've got a new submarine out now, which he's claiming it's the best submarine ever, the most deadliest. You can, kill everyone everywhere on the planet within an instant.
What I would ask him is, how would he know we can destroy everyone on the planet without firing one? And two, if you don't let outside stuff get in, how do you know it's better than everything else? Do you know what I mean? I mean, they can't afford to run the street lights at night.
I know.
It's just they haven't got enough power to do that.
That's because he was building his submarine, though, isn't he?
Do you know in North Korea, you have to have a picture of him. That's to be a certain size.
Yeah.
And at any point, officials can come in, and if they wipe the finger on him, there's a little bit of dirt, you can get thrown in prison for it.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like they have the cars just driving around, fucking, like singing his name and like preaching him and all that as well, don't they? And it's just all propaganda, isn't it? You can't do nothing. Even just all the channels, it's just programs about him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Madness.
I find it fascinating. Between North Korea and South Korea, there's a district zone, so like you can't go into this zone.
Yeah.
And the South Koreans and North Koreans put their tallest officers, so the ones that look more threatening. And all they do...
5'5".
Well, so in that culture, 5'5" would probably be an average height, so they put like the tallest soldiers, and all they do with that is, because there's a bit where you actually can cross.
Yeah.
North Korea have those biggest soldiers looking at South Korea's biggest, and all they do is just stare at each other all day holding guns. Fucking mad.
Imagine like it's hay fever season and one of them sneezes. Like that's it. Fucking start popping around at each other. Fucking hell. Be mental.
Well, from one strange story to an even stranger person.
Fucking Sam Smith's been at it again, hasn't he? It's just absolutely disgusting.
Right. Now, you've been on about Sam Smith since we started this podcast, and rightly so, because he's an absolute fucking div.
It's not an agenda,
no.
But he is a fucking prat.
Right, yeah, so if you haven't seen this video, please check it out. It's on Sam Smith's TikTok, of course. So I'm going to play the audio for you now. JD's going to describe what he's seen in his best words. So here we go. I'm going to...
So... it starts off... Oh, God, I can't even look at it.
Right. There's...
Alright,
so... Sorry, Jack, I know I've asked you... The one thing that is fucking annoying me straight away, the caption is Tinky Winky's gay. So he's putting the kid's cartoon character and saying he's gay while he's wearing Tinky Winky knee-high boots with denim shorts, with a stripy t-shirt with a little kid eating apple. So take that as what you will. Obviously, the top's a bit tight on him, obviously. But
I mean, he has lost a little bit of weight from when he was rolling around.
Yeah, I mean, he had it to lose, so...
Yeah.
But I know you're not keen on this I wasn't to say man, but this person.
But he's a man at the end of the day. Fucking, with all the bullshit. At the end of the day, he's just gay. And he has to help with the propaganda, the confusion bullshit that's all out there. But to think it's acceptable, because he's not doing it in a comedy sketch or anything.
No.
He's doing it being legit, thinking he's fucking clever, just prancing around with these fucking boots on, the stupid little fucking jean shorts and the top, and then he blows a little kiss at the camera at the end as well, and I think he's got a bit of fucking jewellery on as well. Did he have earrings on or something?
Yeah, he did earrings with his beard on.
Yeah.
With his beard, like full on grown. But
he's grown.
The thing, he does this, obviously to get people talking, obviously we're talking about it.
Yeah.
So, he's, but, I mean, there was talking about it on Piers Morgan's show, and it's just, he's always pushing this. He's the reason, there's... he's one of the main reasons that's pushed this non-binary topic, and but when you're walking around with knee-high Tinky Winky it's just like why kids TV show you know.
Why he's got to be set as gay?
Yeah, and then why is he got a strawberry T-shirt of a young kid eating an apple?
It's nonsense to me. That whole outfit.
It's Joe. I didn't want to say you have you've said it before.
I'm not saying that he is a nonce, but it's just the imagery there is to draw kids' eyes. You know, if any kids are searching Teletubbies or Tinky Winky, that's going to pop up on the feed because it's a popular video at the moment.
Right, and one thing I noticed, sorry for this.
It's alright.
So I was reading the comments, and about 95% of the comments were just pure hate. Was pure hate. I mean, there's 3,605 as this pod's going out. As being recorded, sorry. But you know, he doesn't get rid of the comments because he knows it's pushing that. So,
more clicks, more views.
A lot of them are saying. So the first one was, "I missed Latch Sam Smith," and he just commented back, "Yawn." But that's what a lot of people saying. I just missed the old Sam Smith.
Yeah, because when he first come out, his songs were good. You know, there was no issues or anything, and he actually did some goods. You know, with the award shows saying there should be more women's awards and whatever. And then obviously he just took it too far. Then wanting, you know, non-binary awards and whatever. So where does it fucking stop? Yeah,
well, it made me laugh because I'm going to read some of the comments. I won't say the name of the comments, but the first one is, it's giving me, I've got sweet in the back of my van vibe. So have you just touched on there? So you're not the only one, Jay.
Yeah.
And then someone's put, it's giving me something like what Balenciaga were doing in plain sight. And then I think some words are blocked for the reactions. I think I remember the stripes from some building with kids. Have you watched The Sound of Freedom? And then someone, obviously, you're a few trolls. You are a true force to be reckoned with. Fuck off. But a lot of them is, I missed the old Sam Smith.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, he's went too far. Did he lose it there? And he got the absolutely lost it. And then someone's put fashion queen. No, he's not a queen. So is Sam still non-binary? It's just like iconic. Oh, fuck off.
No.
And then I want them boots, so cute.
Oh,
but like, a lot of them are, to be fair, a lot of them, I'd say it's less than 95 now. It's fucking, there's a lot more fucking trying to fucking tell him he's perfect and he's doing
so
the world a favour.
That's his fucking crew that are jumping on his
because
you know, trying to defend him.
It's like, did you see it was the Ballon d'Or, not the Ballon d'Or, but it was the best under 21 in the world, under 21 football player. Have you heard about this?
I've seen some of the lists.
Okay, so
the nominations.
Basically, and this is the power that he has, these fans will do. So the one who was leading, I can't remember who it was. Sorry, he should have. Sorry, I didn't know I was going to go here. So the person who was leading the race to be crowned the best under 21 footballer in Europe, he said he didn't like Taylor Swift, so all her fans then have gone and voted for everyone else, and he was winning by like 30%, and now he's got no chance of winning because all the Swifties, like,
yeah, because didn't Jude Bellingham say that he's a Swift fan?
Yeah.
So a lot of them.
Now that's he's pushed it. So he said he wasn't a Taylor Swift fan, and then Jude Bellingham's come and asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a Swiftie."
Yeah.
So everyone now is blasting him up. But you know these kind of people have this kind of have this kind of following. But
yeah,
I mean, Jade, I'm just gonna show you the picture now. I've stopped it.
Oh God.
Just tell. Just, you know, look at that.
Well, again, you know, it's like he's stuffing his fucking little pants as well. I reckon he's got fucking at least one pair of socks down there.
He's wearing jorts, but like that, like girls' jorts, like tight, high-waisted bollocks. Yeah. He's got a full-grown beard with earrings, as you do.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about wearing girls' earrings with your beard, mate?
I've never wanted to wear earrings in general.
It's the t-shirt, mate. The t-shirt's a bit weird for me.
Yeah, it looks like it's a t-shirt that he's bought off of Wish.com because the material looks a bit too stretched out and like printed on ink. And it's a striped t-shirt with the kid wearing a striped t-shirt on it as well.
Eats an apple. It's just, it's weird.
It's like, who's that kid? Is that meant to be a picture of him when he was a child or something?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, it's just absolute fucking It screams nonce. You know,
it's like Piers Morgan used to say when he had that buzzer, the world's gone nuts, and I wish we had one of them.
Yeah.
Not something similar, but something totally different at the same time. You know, a buzzer like that. But yeah, weird.
Yeah, but back to the Ballon d'Or nominations. While that's still in my head, how's Harry Kane in it?
Harry Kane's in it.
Yeah, he's literally just gone to Bayern Munich and he's already in the running for it.
Well, you would have thought that it should be Haaland's to lose, but I reckon it goes to Messi because everyone fucking wanks over Messi.
Yeah,
we all know Ronaldo.
I think Haaland's going to win it purely because...
I don't think he will.
I think Man City are going to pay him off. You know, they pay off UEFA to get rid of their fines.
FIFA love Messi too much. FIFA love and ESPN. Oh, have you ever seen? Since he's been to America. They do a 5-yard pass and they're wanking over it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but that's why, because it's more American at the moment. That's why I don't think Messi will have it. If he was still at PSG, then it'd still be nailed on for him.
But when you break down his numbers, he had an average season for PSG.
Yeah.
And then, he did win the World Cup, which is fair enough. But when you look what Hart won the triple. If Messi was to have Haaland's season, Haaland was to have Messi's season, Messi would win it.
Yeah. Haaland wouldn't even be the equation.
So, sorry, it's gone on a tangent again.
Yeah. But what was still on the fucking football section of this non-footballing podcast.
Which is better than football.
Yeah. So I didn't watch the game last week or on Tuesday against Scotland. But it's just, again, it's all been turned into a fucking Harry Maguire just a circus act. You know, he didn't need to come on against Scotland, and then he does, and he scores an own goal. I saw Ukraine's goal, and Harry Maguire is holding another one of his own players, which stops them from actually defending the situation, and then the Ukraine player scores the goal. And it's everyone's fucking trying to defend Harry Maguire, saying he's a good player. But he's not. These people aren't watching him play, and it's just stupid. And then the fact that his mum has to jump onto Twitter to defend him. Now, fair enough. Like, if people are slagging him off personally, then yeah, it's wrong. But as a footballer, he should get. It should be allowed.
Get critiqued for his performance.
Yeah, it should be allowed for people to have their opinion on his performances.
I mean,
it's just not good
mate,
enough.
if me and you was getting paid 180 grand for this podcast and he was poor, I'd fucking have it all day, mate. I'd fucking slag me off.
But to be fair, if we was getting that kind of money for the podcast, it would be one of the best out there, because we'd have all the production value and the team to make it as good as it. Well, not saying it's not as good at the moment, but it would be out there because we'd have the money to push it out there. But you got all these footballers that are on that kind of fucking money, and they're fucking just they're not good enough for that money. They should be training all day long. All the shit's going on with Sancho again this week as well. He's been disciplined because he's late. He's not putting the effort in the training. And then you got all these pundits, Jamie O'Hara, Gabby's fucking mouthing off again, saying that Ten Hag's fucking disrespecting the team. No, Sancho is disrespecting the team by turning up late and not putting the fucking effort in. And then he had the tweet up for fucking over a week, slagging off the manager, saying, no, I am putting an effort in. But he hasn't. Otherwise, he'd fucking be in the squad.
You need to go on that Mark Goldbridge's podcast and speak about
I'd love to fucking
because
have a chat with Mark, to be fair.
Just a little thing that I've always wanted from a distance. So when we're in Olympics, it's Team GB.
Yeah.
Wimbledon, GB. I think golf is it English? But why sometimes are we known as Olympics? It's GB, but then in football it's England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Isn't it time, or do you think it would all how would you feel about UK having not England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland having one team like a UK? So like when West Germany and East Germany, because that's basically, I know that was two. Well, you know how it'd be different,
Yeah.
but I've always wondered why we now had a UK football team or GB football team, but in the Olympics we do.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that.
I suppose it's just been down to fucking spreading the wealth out more, really, because the governments, the individual countries can earn more money having their individual teams. But otherwise, it would be quite an interesting team, really.
Because always, can you imagine England with Prime Bale, like, and then Scotland always have good goalkeepers as well. So, like McGregor, they always have decent, solid players.
Yeah.
I've always, I've always wondered that when do we, if and even it's a possibility, does that ever happen?
Yeah, I don't think it would, because again, look, Scotland, they don't want to be a part of the UK. They haven't wanted to be for as long as I can remember.
But that's like Texas not being part of America. You just, some things you can't help.
Yeah, it's kind of tough shit. You're there and
it's
with it.
Because that's when we go to war, it's not England, it's the UK.
Yeah.
So when if this country was to go, then we're all together, arm in arm. But then it's just, I've always thought that the dynamic of this football, but
football's a strange sport, though, really, isn't it? Because the passion and the aggression that comes out of the fans, you don't have that with others. The Welsh, not the Welsh, sorry, shout out to Welsh fans. The rugby, all the fans are mixed in the grounds and that, and it's, even though it's competitive, there's no aggression with it, and it's all a good laugh. They can all have a pint and that together afterwards. Whereas with the football, it's always been about the firms, the fights, the fucking, like, the individual pubs. Like, obviously, we've got it in Birmingham, where it's a Blues pub or it's a Villa pub, and especially on match days, you can't cross fucking breed in them places. That you have to stick to your own. Tennis and that, again, people like the players, but it's not. You never see anyone having a fight over a fucking tennis match, game, whatever it is. Even with the NFL, you don't see any fights or anything kicking off. Any time that you do, it's just because they're too drunk and it's fans just fighting amongst themselves. Not full fucking team against team.
I think in America the worst for team is the hockey, because fans there.
Yeah, but that's allowed in the actual game.
Yeah, so that's why I think it expands to the crowd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just football. It's always been. It's just had aggressive fans, because it's not just a UK thing with the aggression as well. You've got your ultras in fucking like Poland and all that.
Italy.
Yeah, a lot of them, that obviously they take it too far with the racism, but when it is the international games and stuff, you can't go anywhere near those crowds. You have to be escorted around safely, don't you? So yeah, it's weird you just don't have it with other sports, do you?
No.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it was just something that I've always thought about. Put it out there. If you've got any views or opinions on it, email us.
Yeah, email.
Tweet us.
X
us.
Yeah.
Is it called X us now then? It's still
yeah. So when I get a notification email from Twitter, it says X in brackets, formerly Twitter.
Right.
So yeah, it has been officially changed. How long they're going to keep saying formerly Twitter, I don't know.
Right.
Because everyone knows it's X now, really, don't they? But yeah, email address realtalkingpod@gmail.com. Twitter, X is @AshandJD, and then YouTube, Real Talking Pod.
Yeah, if you want to see what we look like.
Yeah, if you haven't already. And for the people that do watch the videos, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and then again with just the podcast listening only, download. It makes a difference because we can see the actual interaction of people, how many people are downloading and listening. I know I can see how many people are listening on Spotify, but it's just easier if you download. it's always appreciated.
Yeah.
So, since we've gone on to talking about the emails, we have got a couple of emails again. When my phone decides to open up and not go on to the wrong email. Fuck,
Yeah, but thank you for everyone that does email in and takes the time out of the day to email. We do appreciate it.
It really is appreciated. It's not that it makes it easier for us, because it does, but if you've got questions and that, it's easier for us to interact with you than to just allow me to start ranting about Harry Maguire again.
It's just, obviously, we've had the emails, we just see downloads, so when people email, it knows that actually people are listening and are interested. So
and enjoying it as well, really. So little Kirsty's emailed back in.
Right, she's at it again.
Yeah. Hi guys, did you watch the Sidemen charity game? Also, if you was picked for a game, what position would you play? So, I'm guessing you didn't watch that game.
Not the whole game, no. I watched bits, and then obviously I watched a lot of the highlights.
I watched it. It was definitely more entertaining than what I would have felt watching the England games would have been. Stephen Troyes, he's a funny fucking...
He does the commentary, doesn't he?
Yeah, commentator. And you're listening to him, and you think, fucking hell, you're pushing it a bit.
Yeah, he says stuff so willing, so clean with it.
Like, you could see, I think it was Lawrence was the other commentator, and you could hear him like trying to hold in the laughter and like, not wanting to comment or continue what he's just made a note of. Like. But yeah, he's like a little bit of a golden beam to it. But just in general, it was entertaining just watching these non-footballers just have a go. Mr. Beast played all right, to be fair.
The one thing I will say is speed gets better. I know, but obviously he looks a lot better every year, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's so fast. He's fucking rapid.
He is, yeah. But he just needs to practice on his actual shooting.
Yeah.
I think he's 100 mile an hour in his head as well as his feet, and so he's getting there, and then he's not able
his
to
head's moving quicker than his legs, isn't he?
And it's like with the penalty, it's like he slowed down too much there, because
he thought about it too much.
Where he should have just fucking whacked it. But yeah, I thought a strange fucking just like a wild card essentially was Angry Ginge. So he's a YouTuber streamer. He's made a couple of appearances on the United stand with Mark Goldbridge and the rest of the team. So yeah, he's a Man United fan. I've seen some of his clips before and that anyway. He's like playing GTA 5 and he starts shouting at the other lads, like the other people playing the game and that. But he actually played quite well.
And he was rocking the Sunday League Sondicos as well.
Yeah, had them fucking beasts on.
All black with the when you wear all black, because you can't have all the gear with no idea, it doesn't go. So to be safe, all black boots. There's no pressure there. The more colourful your boots, the more pressure there is you to do well.
Well, it just goes back to the old Phil Jones one, innit? The bloody pink boots and fucking.
No. If you're a defender, you shouldn't. Mate, I remember I picked up the yellow pair of F50s. So this is, I don't know if you remember them. There was a yellow pair and there was a blue pair F50s, and I've always had. I normally stuck to normally black boots, but these were the first time I went drastic and had bright orange boots. And I remember one of the lads coming up to us. He was like, "There he is." He was like, "You can't be fucking shit wearing that." That's always stuck with me, even when so I brought the orange Hypervenoms as well after that. Yeah, it's just
So I mainly just had black boots when I was younger.
Yeah, but when you're a keeper,
well, I didn't really have to have much.
Yeah, so, keepers just need all black, Nightic or the Adidas ones.
Well, it was always the Preds that I had, the old Predators. So it was the black and red ones, black with the red stripes. The most outlandish ones that I've got was, again, it was only just because of Beckham, really, but it was the white Preds.
Oh, with the blue?
It wasn't the blue ones that I've got, it was silver on them. But yeah, that was say most colourful. It was just the brightest pair that I ever had. But yeah, so the game itself, I did watch it. It was like 2.4 million that they raised as well, and to be fair, it got kickstarted because Prime, obviously, KSI and Logan Paul, they donated 250,000 straight off the bat. But still, yeah, 2.4 million. That's an achievement
for one game.
Yeah, and then with their foundation, they spread it out between several charities. So fair play to them. It's we donated as well. As a Real Talking podcast. Little donation for us. So we fucking contribute to it. But yeah, it's nice to see that these lads. It's not just from sitting there playing games and that on the computer and putting it out on the platform, the YouTube and that. They're actually doing things. I know there's been the Mini Minter, I think it's MM7 Foundation for a couple of years and that. So, they are doing things with the wealth. So fair play to them. It's quite good.
So where would you play though?
But it's still been goals for me. I've still got the reflexes. I'll make all the saves. I just can't go wrong with it. But then if I was to get put outfield, I think I'd just stick in the centre back position really. Just get some fucking tackles in because yourself, even though I was a goalkeeper, I wasn't afraid about putting my fucking foot in. That was the worst part. Like when we did used to play the Sunday League and that fucking, Sunday League's hard enough as it is, but when the lads are still turning up fucking half cut from the night before.
It's not proper football, mate.
Nah, I think it was one of the last games that I played at Sunday League. It was like 9-2, we got battered. And not through any fault of my own, from conceding fucking all the goals, because it was like 7 of them were fucking one-on-one chances. And when I say one-on-one, there was like 3 strikers against me. And I remember at one point, it was like 6 or 7 that's already gone past me and I'm just pissed off. And the lad's running towards me and I didn't even go for the ball. I've just fucking booted the legs out from underneath him. And the ref's come over, just shaking his head. And I should have got sent off, but he was like, lad, don't do that. And he just gave me a yellow. I was like, fucking saying.
That team was literally the worst team ever.
Yeah.
It was the most... You wouldn't learn playing football from that.
No.
You had 1 goalkeeper and 10 attackers.
Literally. It was so hard. But yeah, I'd still stick with the goalkeeping. So yourself, I mean, you've been all over the place really on the football pitch, haven't you? But what's your preferred position? What place would you want to play?
Attacking right. That would be my... so when I used to play football, I used to play attacking right, or if we had no centre mid, he used to ask me to cover centre mid. So yeah, I'd stick to one of them. I'd say probably more centre mid now because the sprint speed is probably gone.
Yeah, you got to have the legs to be able to get the wings still.
Last time I played football, I tried sprinting. I thought, fucking hell, I'm running slow motion here. Because, but I mean, everyone goes through. When you had a bit of pace about you, and you as an attacking player, you beat a man and run off from him. And we was playing against these 19-year-olds in this power league, and I got round him, and I remember the one kid going, you could tell he used to be good when he used to be younger. Oh my God, he fucking killed me, because I'm like, I get what he's saying, because I told the lads, like, because he said, one lad asked how old I was, and I said, I'm 34 now. He's like, you don't look 34, and all these mates were calling him gay, so he's chatting me up and everything. And, but yeah, I said I haven't played football for like 5 years now. Probably 6, well, I said 5 years, but it's probably more like 6 years. But the one thing with football, you gotta keep playing it, because otherwise you just lose.
Yeah. If you're not playing week in week out, training every day and that, then not necessarily your touch, but the stamina, the pace. It's
no. Yeah, I'd say the touch as well, mate. For me, I suppose everyone's different, but for me, I like being that. I had this thing. I like to be the fittest person on the team. No one was going to outrun me.
Yeah.
That's why the manager used to put me centre mid. That's my thing. No one was ever going to... I'd sprint up just run back. No one's, that's, you know, the basics basically, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
and you was doing that for free as well, you know.
Yeah. No, I was paying to do it, mate.
Well,
paying
yeah.
£5 a game.
Oh, I don't miss them days, to be fair.
No, but I'm thinking of doing over 35s next year.
Fair play.
Yeah, a bit slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. But thanks for your emails
appreciate
always.
that,
Yeah,
guys.
no, thank you.
Right, and when it fucking opens again, this phone's been doing my head in lately. Right, and then we've got Mike Jones again.
Mike Jones.
Shout out, Marky boy.
Yeah.
So if I could, then I would send the video. But if it's still on the system, I won't be able to get it. So fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice to have seen that fucking.
Yeah.
Seeing that lad fucking piss himself. So he's put. I have another little story though. I've always been on rotation shifts. So basically, some weeks are days, others are nights. So one time on a night shift, I was having a little wander around, and as usual, peeking into the cells just to make sure they are asleep. I started to hear whispering a few cells down, so I went to the window, ready to knock and tell them to go to sleep. But to my horror, as I shone my torch through the glass, I was greeted with the one lad crouched forward with his hands on the top bunk, while the other lad, I've lost it now. While the other lad was reaching around, wanking him up, whilst fingering him too.
I was just saying, you know, he's probably got so many stories, Mike. Fucking hell.
Why is he reaching around now?
I don't know. Maybe not so they're not looking each other in the eye or something, so it's not to be all the way gay. I don't know, mate. Not to be all the way gay. I don't know.
God.
You can't do that.
Yeah, so fingering him too. Both of them whipped their heads at me. Whipped their heads at my bright light through the window and scattered into their beds. After a moment of me picking up my jaw, taking a deep breath and holding in the laughter, I told the lad to wash his hands and get to sleep.
Perfect response.
Get that pull off your finger,
Yeah.
kid.
Wash your hands. Good to bed, lads.
Oh, God. I've definitely not got a video of that. I'd be worried if you did. Fucking hell. Oh, God.
You can imagine. There's probably so many things he could say, but he probably can't.
Yeah.
You know, because in stuff like that, I mean, it's one of them. He's probably thinking ones that I can say.
Yeah.
But,
No, that was fucking quality, that was. Fucking hell.
Why do you reckon they're doing that? Not to be all the way gay, then just be half gay.
It must have been just like fucking. I imagine they've been in there for fucking a little while. They haven't had no action, and so then they've just started fucking talking about it. I just don't see.
Who start? Like, how does that?
Yeah,
come
how
about?
would it start? And then, how does the conversation progress onto? Right then, lad, let me fucking stand there, spread eagled, hands fucking holding onto the top bunk, and you fucking stand behind me, finger blast my arse, while sucking me off as well. I don't see how that gets onto it. Like, there must have been fucking just like wanking in front of each other all the time, and then I'll have a whack on that. Yeah. It's like, maybe they were working up towards fucking bumming each other or something. Because it's not like they've got a constant supply of fucking lube, have they? So it's like having a bit of a finger fucking poke first, just to get them ready for it, maybe.
But like, say, like, if these have got like misses, like partners outside, how do you look? You know. Imagine you was that guy that got fingered and fucking wanked, and like you walk, like your missus goes, see you next day. You've been having fun. Yeah, it's been alright. Dave's alright.
Yeah.
Dave, like a Sam man, Dave, like you know, we're getting along good. You know what I mean? How can you not go like you just fucking finger blasted me?
But it's the same as like people that cheat, how they can fucking just go back to the rubber half and.
Yeah, but it's like gay tuning, like it's.
Yeah, cheating's cheating.
No, full stop. But I mean, like, it's the fact, like, where they are, spread out. Just getting.
And then I wonder if that was the start of it.
I wonder if they said anything to Mike after, because he's got to, like, you know, because I've got to be worried that maybe if you told someone, then, you know, Chinese.
Oh mate, you would fucking tell the rest of your fucking your staff.
Yeah, but then with the staff, you know, because obviously some staff must get along with some of the like prisoners, so like it's then. Oh, you got to be worried then that it gets around.
I'd be walking past them all the time, like fucking your hands clean out of that. Fucking.
You wash your hands last night.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh god. But like, I imagine since they were fucking embarrassed, they didn't do anything the rest of that night then. But did they fucking get back onto it the next night?
Or maybe they've done it before as well as the
Yeah.
first time they got caught.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's like, is it going to be returned? Is it just that one that fucking was getting all the finger wanks, or were they doing it back to each other? I suppose Mark's not going to know the answer to that really, is it? But that was a fucking quality story. Really appreciate that. Fucking,
thank you,
mate. Send us in some more fucking any other ones that you got of it. Fucking. I suppose I can't fucking really say because I've not been locked up and that, but I wouldn't be able, as of the moment, mental state, like, I wouldn't be able to fucking do that. Either wank off another geezer or fucking let them wank me off.
Man, I can't even piss in front of other people. Can you imagine?
Well,
that?
yeah, you fucking.
I can't. Imagine. I just can't even imagine being in prison.
Nah.
It's just. You know, I've seen some of them go on TikTok live. Have you ever seen it?
I know of it. I've not seen it.
This dude TikTok live. I think he was making some noodles, but he puts it in the kettle because obviously they cook for the kettle, and it was cooked. Mate, the food looked decent, to be fair. Like, you know. Yeah.
It's not lock up how it should be though. Any, you know, they're in there and it's meant to be a punishment, but a lot of the time they're just fucking living the life, aren't they? Having a good fucking time.
Yeah.
So it's strange, but I couldn't do it.
It's not like the American ones, because American ones seem it's literally just a bed. They all have one TV that they all watch, don't they? It seems like
when you see it on the
they
films,
don't have it
in
the cells. They just
it's
have
like
it
a communion room, isn't it?
Yeah.
An hour a day or something.
That's it.
Fucking, and then it's like the outside time they're allowed in the courtyard.
Isolation, everything in there, and it's still.
Yeah. Then they always seem to have a gym as well, don't they? Well, just that one fucking bench press fucking.
Yeah, it's normally like a pull-up bar, a chest press, and
yeah. You know, it's all fucking. But you know, that's just going off the films and that. I imagine it's gonna be.
It's going to sing similar.
Yeah, pretty close. They're not gonna fucking just make it all off. It's just too much of a fucking luxury for them over here, isn't it? It makes me think about fucking. Was it Mean Machine? Was it when they played a football against the Guards?
Yeah.
Fucking Jason Statham in goal, a fucking nut job.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, what a fucking donut he is. You know, just happily fucking letting his daughter go on Love Island, and then knowing she's getting railed and fucking everything, and just, you know, promoting it basically, weren't they? You know, why call your daughter Danny as
After
well?
yourself.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a bit fucking.
Is it endearing or is it vain? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit vain when the fucking the men do it as well, innit? So, you know, fucking call my own son Jamie. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I suppose I call him Junior though. Don't I?
Yeah, but that's what they all get called then, Junior. But
in your case, it'd be JJ, Jamie Junior.
Yeah, nah. I'd probably keep the initials the same, so it'd still be JD, like, but yeah, I wouldn't fucking stick with Jamie again. Not the way it's spelled either. Fucking hell, I had that drama again the other day. Fucking, because for anyone that doesn't already know, because I don't know if I've already said it before on the pod, but it's Jaime.
Yeah, strange.
Well, it's just fucking, just backwards, ain't it? Dad had it put that way because apparently he had a cousin that spells it that way. But then when you speak to everyone else in the family, they haven't even got a cousin called Jamie, let alone that fucking spells it that way.
So just not dyslexic?
Fucking, well, he's never been the full ticket anyway as a fucking half Frank. And so, yeah, because of that, I always had fucking issues with school, or new teachers wouldn't know how to pronounce it. There's a lot, Jaime. Well, Alexa calls me Jaime, because I think that's how it's pronounced in Spanish. Again, because with French, it's how you spell. So when you introduce yourself, it's Je m'appelle Jamie, and that initial start of the sentence, Gemma, that's Jaime.
Yeah.
So the French would get confused reading it as Gemma, if I was to put it as a text or write it down. But then the banks, because obviously with official documents, your name has to be spelled right, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of times I had to fucking go into fucking the bank and say, no, you put it wrong again, because they'd be fucking doing whatever the job was, think that it's been spelled wrong on the system. So they kept changing it back to Jamie. And then, again the other day, even though I'd sent it as a text message, so all they had to do was just copy or press on it on the phone, and then it's already on their email then. They'd still changed it or tried to type it in, and I'm like, I haven't got your email. I've definitely sent it. I'm like, yeah, but have you done this? Oh, but that's spelled wrong. No, that's how it's spelled. Like, trust me, it's how it's spelled. And then even at the end of it, I put .com. I'm like, no, .co.uk. I'm like, I've had this email address for over 20 years. Fucking, so it's back when you could have an email address as .co.uk. So fucking, look, that's how it is. And like 10 attempts just to get an email, man. Yeah, you think, fucking hell, it's not hard. Just read it. Just read it. It's not, oh God, people. Fucking bad as fucking drivers. God. So, yeah, thanks for the email, Mark. Send us some more stories, man. Fucking, we need it. It's God, any more funny ones like, well, to be fair, anything. You got anything controversial? Something,
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, something that is a bit borderline of what you can and can't say. And to be fair, if there is any fucking pictures or videos that you could send in, then bang it over. We'll have a giggle over that as well. But appreciate the emails. Anyone else that wants to send in any questions and that, please do. So again, it's realtalkingpod@gmail.com. You can confuse yourself. God. X @Ash and JD. YouTube's Real Talking Podcast. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna call it a pod there now. Then I want to watch some football later, some actual football, not shitty international, and then I'm away for the week. So hope you've enjoyed it. Shout out again to Tanya's Tales Dog Grooming. Go check her out, Instagram and the websites. The links will all be in the description, everything anyway. And we'll see you next week then.
Thanks for listening.
Peace.